In the previous video, we have discussed about an introduction to DSP, its block diagram, etc. Now we can move to the Fourier transform and Fourier series, which is a topic which should be explained prior to coming to the DFT, discrete Fourier transform. So why should we do the Fourier transform, or why should we convert a signal to Fourier series by using the expression we have studied earlier in mathematics like subjects? So in the case of a Fourier transform, we are converting the time domain signals to frequency domain signals. So there is a basic question: why should we convert a signal from time domain to frequency domain signals? The answer is, in my previous video, when you listen to my video class, you can hear a rooster is continuously making noise as like a BGM in the video. So also there is a noise which is made by the wind which is moving around my microphone, and there are different noises which are created in my microphones along with my audio. So these are all captured in the time axis or the time domain. Then if we have to process this signal based on, that is, for example, based on the sounds, if we want to highlight a particular sound, for example the sound created by the rooster, if we have to highlight that sound itself, then we have to go to the frequency domain, because the time domain signal we have captured is the mixture of the different frequency noises contained in it. So we have to analyze the signals based on the frequency. So let this be the sound captured by microphone, and this a time domain signal. You can see this a signal which is in time domain, and I am applying the Fourier transform so that this signal is converted to frequency domain signal. So we can see, for a particular range of frequencies, this is a particular range of frequency, there is a peak in the amplitude, and for a particular range of this frequency there is a peak in the amplitude. Let this my frequency, or the frequency in which I talk, and this the frequency made by any other sound. So if I can convert this into a frequency domain, then I can suppress this signal, so that I will get the signal of, or the signal of my sound alone, so that I will get my voice alone by removing all the other noises which is around me. So this explains why we need the Fourier transform, so that the Fourier transform which helps to convert the time domain signal to frequency domain signal. Or in the other ways, we can say, we can model that this signal can be modeled into constituent into signals of constituent frequencies, which are a combination of the sine and cosine terms which are dependent on the frequencies. So by using the making a correlation of this signal with the sine and the cosine terms, we can model this signal into the sine and cosine terms, so that we will for in the case of the Fourier transform, we will use this equation, so that we can see it is a combination of a constant or a value, or a particular value into particular value a0, and then it contains components like cos term and sine term, which is dependent upon the frequencies. So we can design or model a signal into sine and cosine terms which are dependent on the frequencies, and thus we can convert a time domain signal to frequency domain signal by using the Fourier transform. Or we can consider also this example which is shown here. Like I said in our live class, that this is a white noise which is captured, white noise, for example the noise which is captured by the rotation of the fan, and it has a constant amplitude for all the frequencies. Such a noise is called white noise, and this white noise can be converted to the white noise which is in time domain can be converted to frequency domain for the analysis also. When converting to frequency domain, we can see that for all the frequency the amplitude is constant. That you can see I have converted into the frequency domain, and here we can see for the for the ideal case the amplitude is constant here, but in the case of the practical case, as the frequency limit is from 20 Hertz to 20,000 Hertz, which is the range of human hearing. And here we can see in the case of the practical case, as my mic is not sensitive to all the frequency signals from this 20 Hertz to a particular frequency, the amplitude is not constant here. And similarly the mic is not an ideal type of device, so it will not capture the amplitude of all the frequency, so the amplitude remains like this in the case of the practical case. So that by converting it into a frequency domain signal, we can make a proper analysis of such signals, so that we got the idea of for all the frequency the amplitude remains constant here. Likewise, by converting it into the frequency domain, we can make analysis. And here in all these topics we haven't moved to the discrete signals, or discrete Fourier transform or discrete time Fourier transform. Here we all have considered the continuous Fourier transform. In here in the case of the signal shown here, this like a signal that that is captured when I am talking, that is the amplitude is varying according to the time, and by using the continuous Fourier transform the signal is converted into frequency domain signal. So what is the difference between the Fourier series and Fourier transform? In the case of the Fourier series, we have only dealt with what periodic signals, that is periodic signals is only considering. In that case, it will convert, the Fourier series will convert the periodic signals to, that is the continuous periodic signals to, in time domain, to continuous signals in frequency domain, continuous periodic signal in frequency domain. In the case of the Fourier transform, it also considers the aperiodic or non-periodic signals, which is in the case of the practical case we are capturing, that is the signals we are capturing in the practical cases are not periodic, it is aperiodic. So the Fourier transform will convert these aperiodic signals, or also consider aperiodic as well as non-periodic time domain signal to continuous frequency domain periodic signals. So that's the difference between the Fourier series and Fourier transform. And similarly, we can also see what is discrete time Fourier transform and discrete Fourier transform, what's the difference, like that. Okay, in the next session we can also deal with what is the difference between the discrete time Fourier transform and discrete time Fourier series and discrete Fourier transform. Okay.